moved. Okay. Make sure we're live. Trying to be live. Oh, don't give me technical difficulties to start this thing off. Guys, you see this? Good. If not, I'm sorry. Oh, we are. Okay. What's up, everyone? Moto Monday, number 100. We got a couple in-studio guests. We're going to be making a phone call. And we're going to have one heck of an after show. Isn't that right, Alyas?
Absolutely.
Honestly, the part that I'm looking forward to most to the after show is seeing what we can get Reese to do. Because I feel like he's the type of person who gives into peer pressure.
Yeah, a little bit of a nudge.
A little nudge, you know, he's a little closer to the mic.
Peer pressure or pube pressure?
Whatever works. But, you know, I think with a little bit of encouragement, he could go from someone who was just going to get his eyebrows waxed to running my number on his chest, 137.
I fully agree.
You agree?
A little nudge.
Yeah, he'll be good.
Or some duct tape.
That would be better.
There's enough of us here. We could hold him down.
Yeah, for sure.
So for those who don't know, we got Alyas Wardius in the house. He's been on, what, twice now?
This is number 3.
This is the third time here. And also a return guest. It's been a minute, but the infamous quad racer, Giles Rebholz.
No.
1,000 times no.
Gonna have some fun with episode 100. We have made it to 100 episodes, which is crazy. We've had a lot of technical difficulties. Joe, I don't know if we've gotten any better at this. Not really, no, but we're just some motocrossers who like to talk local moto, and we're not sound guys. We're not video guys.
Choose, yeah. Still an intern. He's still learning. Still trying to train.
He's the quietest sound guy, though. Like,
yeah, that's true.
He'll go a half hour without a noise.
See.
Yeah, we'll see. Episode 100, we might just.
I think Joe's gonna cut loose a little bit.
On a few things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna break this
here.
Giant necklace. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Joe is the weight loss champion.
So I take it you're number 2, Reese is number 3. How much did Reese lose? That's all.
Hey, respect to Reese. He only lost by like 4 pounds.
That's not bad. That's better than I thought.
Way better than I expected. I was gonna go all savage, and since I did MMA, I learned how to cut a little bit of weight, like water weight. I was so busy that day, I didn't really get a chance to go in the sauna or anything like that. So I hope I'm still close. He got me by a pound.
Joe was driving to all of his jobs with the heater on, with a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
I should have just thrown on a couple beanies and 2 hoodies and went for a long jog, but I thought I had enough. But Joe got me by 1 pound. So respect. Hey, but respect to Reese too, because we didn't think he lost anything. I'm sure he is. But respect to Reese for that. We need to come up with another. Pretty well spanked everybody last week in Moto Week in the Northwest. Took all their lunch money. Demartile. I feel bad because I wrote his name down wrong on the big cardboard check, because we had him in the system as Dave.
Oh no.
Now, Dave makes more sense. That is the first person I've ever met in my life named Dare.
Yeah, I think it's the only person I've ever met named Dare too.
I don't know any Dares. I've known a lot of Daves, but never anyone named Dare. So I butchered it. I feel bad. I got to get him a new check, or wipe it off and redo it. I had to scribble over the whole name and fix it. But
at least that's not the check he's taking to the bank.
Yeah, no, the one that he took to the bank, it's right. So he's good. Right. But we're gonna call him here and talk to him about what it was like. Yeah, just coming up and taking everyone's money.
Did he race the national or no?
You know what? I'm gonna ask him that. I don't remember seeing his name.
I don't think he did.
I don't remember seeing his name.
You didn't want to lose money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it costs a bit of money to race the national.
Yeah, a little bit.
Total money loser.
Yeah, you would know. You've raced the nationals, haven't you?
We've had that discussion a time or two.
Yeah, a couple times.
So yeah, Wardius here is. How many nationals have you raced?
I think 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
Did you ever make a profit?
No. Not if you count everything that went into it.
Camping, pro card,
fuel
all that
for the bike,
fuel.
No.
never made a profit. But
No.
you probably made some money off some local stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, you come up to PIR or your race, and it costs a friggin' eighth of what it does to enter at one of those races, and you show up, and there's way more money on the line, and you actually have a chance of winning that money. You know, you go to the national, and okay, yeah, sure, if you're a privateer, you're a good rider. You know, 15th is a great ride. You know, if you're 10th to 15th, that's phenomenal, and you're still not going to make as much as you would at the Summer Classic or PIR, or you're going to be right there, but you're beaten all day, beaten down, trying to get there, you know?
Yeah.
Where you can come up and do 2 races, make more money, really spend less time, and have more fun than you would at the National, realistically.
Yeah.
The Nationals, it's cool, but it's not that fun.
Well, you got guys, that do that kind of traveling privateer thing.
It's tough.
Tiger Lacey was one of them. How he made his
That's a
living
tough
following
gig.
around.
That's a
And,
tough
guys
gig.
like that had their brain together to know that was where probably easier to make a day-to-day living doing
Well,
those small kind of local type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got guys like Ryan Brees. He hits
Follow
a lot
that
of
around.
fair races.
Yep.
And he'll
Yep.
go to
Chase those purses.
Montana, Idaho, like.
Get start money in Mexico, wherever
Yeah,
it's at.
yeah.
Guys want to see that guy come, and it makes a hell of a lot more sense. I've talked to my
And there's a
boys about
little,
that.
like, if you track them, there's a little, training you can do of them and get into some pretty good money where you're doing all right,
Yeah.
But if you're going to the Nationals, you're just in the hole every week, further in the hole.
So you
That's what
saying
she
you're not going to
said.
beat Tomac?
No, that's never going to happen.
Well,
Sorry.
it's set up to do that.
Unless
They
his
get
bike
more
breaks down and
practice,
he's pushing
more
it, then
support.
maybe I might be able to get him.
Nationals
Yeah.
just chews people up and spits them out, man.
Gnarly. That's why those guys are, there.
Do it for fun.
All right,
Yeah.
Then you'll never waste a day in your life.
Let's get Dare's opinion on this, because, I don't think he raced the Nationals, but he did do the Summer
I know
Classic.
he's raced his fair share of Nationals, though.
He did the Summer Classic, and he did PIR, and he won both. Has that ever happened? I'm trying to think. Weston Pike did it.
He won
both.
the one in Castle Rock, and then
He won Castle Rock, and then he went and won PIR. But I'm trying to think, has any other rider
no.
won both? Because last year, Robbie Wageman smoked everyone at Mountain View, and he didn't do great at PIR.
Really?
Like,
Well, 2 totally different tracks, too.
it is. I think he's a hard pack
100%
guy.
different tracks.
I think he was a hard pack guy because there's people complaining about, it was a hot day too, like in the 90s, and it got pretty
Baked in,
baked.
yeah.
And there's some people complaining about it. And he's like, "No, it was fun."
Mm-hmm.
I think he just took to it like a duck to water. And SoCal guy, he's like, cool, yeah, no, I ride on these, and he did great. I mean, he left Tyler Bowers. Even Tyler was like, I don't know what he was doing.
I don't got nothing for him.
But then they go out to PIR, barely qualified.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
He's a good rider. I'm surprised he barely qualified.
I love watching Wageman ride too. He's one of those guys. I love his style.
Yeah.
Bowers is fun too. Like there's a few guys that they just got that flow, and they just move with the bike great. They're always throwing it over, but they're never looking like they're overworking it.
Yeah. And Bowers is kind of unpredictable too. Like you could go in there and just he could pass you clean, or he could blow the guy up if the guy cut him off in the back section. So it's like, okay, what am I going to get in this corner?
Yeah, I've seen him play nice, and I've seen him absolutely kamikaze a guy off the track.
Yeah, you don't want to cross him the wrong way.
That's why at PIR, corner before the finish, Austin was like, "Go ahead." He just went high and said, "Go ahead."
And Austin Politelli is one of the biggest boys
Yeah.
out there. Bowers is a tall kid, but he's pretty skinny.
He's like, he had me anyways. I wasn't gonna let him take me out.
That's sometimes smart. Like when there's that much money on the line, I don't want to be on the ground.
One position back
Know
is
your
better than
limits.
8
Yeah.
positions
He's
back
like,
or
DNF.
third's better than
Exactly.
last.
Yep.
We're good.
Exactly. All right, so let's call Dare because he came out, and I think he's the first person since Weston Pike to win both. So,
That's pretty good.
I hope I got his number
Weston's a
right.
big name.
dude, when he showed up, I was like, well, there goes that. Like,
Let me go fill out his check really quick.
yeah, let me just get the check ready now. I mean,
Practice is about to start. Let's go fill out his check.
like I literally, who's going to give him a run for his money? He's one of those boys. Like I saw Mike Lessie show up at PIR one time
Mhm.
back when he was in his prime.
Mhm.
But the local boys just started punting him and hitting him. You
Yep.
know, who's going to hit Weston?
Nobody.
And who do we got that's going to?
And if you do,
Vince
and you
Friese.
somehow get away with it, good luck when you come off the track.
Yeah, Vince
That was the
Friese
same
learned.
year, yeah.
You better ride straight to security.
Pummeled him at Washougal that same year.
I don't think we got any local boys that really want to throw down with Weston Pike. You know what
No.
I mean? They're not going to boss him around. Whereas Mike Alessi, yeah, a few guys. I mean, I remember Anthony Cerruti put him through straight through the banners off into another lane of traffic.
Yep.
You know, but it's Mike Alessi. He's not quite as intimidating as Weston Pike.
Well, everybody's already seen his, things with with Bill Poto, and you know what I mean, like where he's kind of played tough,
Tedesco.
but nothing ever. Yeah, Tedesco.
Crying, winning a qualify. I mean, nice guy. I ran into him there. They're nice
Yeah.
guys, but he's done a lot of just not like all synapses or firing stuff. Made some really odd decisions. He's like a whipping boy, to the point where even locals are like, get my kicks in while I can,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
which is too bad, but I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, to my credit, I've taken out Jeff Alessi on a pit bike.
That's good.
That is I want that as my one of my top 10 credits in life. Is because he was cleaning everybody out. Actually, add that into I took out Mike Storm too.
Well, I think everybody's had a run in a storm.
Well,
At one
he
time
was
or another.
on pit bikes. He was the guy to
He
beat.
was a beast.
And then
Pit
everyone
bikes, 'cause he was
told me
tiny.
I was winning a bunch of races at Clark County. Then everybody told me when they put up this $500 pro purse, dude, Mike Storm is here. Oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Oh, yeah, he was fast as hell, but I got to start, and he came up on me. I'm like, you're that big.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a little bigger. He hit the ground so hard. I will give him credit. He was fast. But you know what? Still won the race.
Can't be fast on the ground.
Yep. And Jeff Alessi, same thing. He's about yay big.
Yeah.
I tried to take out Devin Harriman once.
How'd that go?
Yeah, that was like hitting a brick wall. I hit him and I just stopped. Like, oh, that didn't go well. All right. Anyways, we're getting distracted with pit bikes. Sorry, Joe. I know how
Yeah,
you
Joe,
feel
where's
about
your
pit
button,
bikes.
damn it?
I'm
I hit it.
And there's
sorry,
two of
man.
us here today.
I did hit it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I love my pit bikes. You know this. All right, let's
Cut the
call Dare.
mic.
Let's call who?
Dare.
Okay. They said Mike.
I thought you said Mike too.
Yeah, we're
We
going
put
Mike
Dare
Storm
on the
now?
mic,
Yeah, we're all pit biked out.
Hello?
Hey, Dare.
Yeah.
What's up, man? This is Justin. I was talking to you earlier, and you're on the podcast. What's going on, dude?
Nothing. What's going on?
Hopefully we caught you at an okay time.
No, yeah, we're in a good time.
Okay, cool. I won't take up too much of your time. I literally, for those who don't know, I hit you up straight up just today. Like, hey, do you want to be on? So
No, yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you taking the time, man. And we just want to talk to you because we're trying to figure out the last time a rider has won both races. And I think it's going back to, what was that, 2013 or 14 that Weston Pike did it. And that's the only guy who's came and won both events.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know the facts, but I actually did. I did PIR once as an amateur, and then I did it last year and actually got second. Martin Costello actually beat me, and it was he got first, I got second, and then Tank Dog actually got third. So that was I've only done it for 2 years, and then this was my first year doing Mountain View too. So that was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing you ride, honestly, was at the PIR race. And you may or may not know, but I'm actually the promoter for the Mountain View race. But
Oh, awesome.
so I remember seeing you. I was like, man, that kid looked pretty fast. And when you showed up at Mountain View, I was like, okay, we got a ringer in here. You never know who's going to actually show up. I had no clue Bowers was going to make it, considering he raced Millville.
Yeah, that was nuts. I mean, I gave a lot of props to him at PIR when after the podium. I was like, dude, you are gnarly for hopping on that one way, and getting down here and doing that. I mean, that was brutal. But I mean, and he still raced really good.
Yeah, I mean, of all tracks too, Millville, dude. I mean, that's not an
I
easy
know,
gig.
seriously, especially after the weekend that they had with the mutter.
Yeah, and he just somehow shows up. And when I saw him in the pits, I'm like, how on earth did you get here? I was just watching you yesterday on TV. Way over
Yeah,
Minnesota.
that's what Jared told me. Jared was like, "Oh, Bowers looks good," and I was like, "Who were we talking about?" And he was like, oh yeah, Tyler Bauer's here, and I was like, no way. Like, yeah, I made it. I was like, wow. Off to him.
Yeah, that was
Gotta
cool
get
to
my
see.
clearance
But
tape over here.
you know, he's always been a favorite. He rides pretty good there. But
Very good.
you came out and took everyone's lunch money, dude.
Yeah, I've been to be honest with you, I've always been pretty good at those like local, like local type fast, really fast paced tracks. I've always just been pretty good racer on them. I don't know why. I think it's just the tracks that I trained up on here in NorCal. They're a lot like those tracks that you guys have up there, just hard pack and fast. And yeah, I trained good. I did rounds of outdoors and did pretty decent. But wanted to take a break and get ready for Supercross. I'm gonna be doing the whole West Coast, so I did a little break. But I always keep up on my training and my riding, and we're good friends with Devin Harriman, people up in Washington, and they wanted to come up, so we came up and decided to do it. It was such a blast. I had so much fun.
Yeah, you made a
So,
couple bucks while you're up there, and yeah, did pretty decent, man. So you live NorCal?
Yeah, basically like 30 minutes from Hangtown. I live in a town.
Okay. Dude, now, how old are you, dude?
Just turned 21.
Okay, so you got plenty of time, dude. So you're planning on racing Supercross then? So just kind of having some fun until Supercross season. Is that like a game plan?
Yeah, just looking for money. Keep it definitely racing. I love racing, so I'll always race whatever. I'll do maybe a little off-road stuff there. Maybe if there's a local hare scramble or anything or whatever, I'll do all the local races. Yeah, I'm just gonna get ready for Supercross. I'll be going down to SoCal there to try to get on those tracks. Yeah, for A1, and could be a good year. Health, that's the main thing. Keep going.
Right on. So tell me, what was it like? Mountain View and PIR are very different tracks. Mountain View's up and down hills. It gets really hard pack. PIR is a lot shorter track, flat, but a little more arena crossy. And you seem to do fine at both of them. What was it like though? Like switching between the two? Did you do any practice in between them, or what was that like?
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Mountain View was it got pretty. Our main event was pretty dry, but everything was so good. The track was prepped actually good from what I've heard, and I liked it. And then we actually Albany, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Yep.
That's what.
Yep.
And yeah, we motoed there, and that was fun. I mean, everyone was there. Me, Harriman, Jared, and then Buttery. A lot of guys were here. Practicing national
PIR, similar.
Did some good training. Actually, a lot of us got to moto together. And that was it. Rested up. PIR.
Yeah, and then PIR. Yeah, we were saying Albany's a decent track to get some practice in. For
oh yeah,
it's not,
especially with the guys that were there. All the guys take Mountain View.
That's typically kind of how it goes. We got the Mountain View race on Sunday. You get a break Monday. Tuesday we have practice Mountain View. Wednesday is Albany. Thursday you head out to PIR. That seems to kind of be like people's schedule.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we did. Worked out good.
Right on. Right on. So you're going to do a Supercross. Do you got a team, or are you going to be full-on privateer out of your van, or what you got planned?
Yeah, I have some people helping me out. Game Environmental and Darren over at Nimitz Performance. People that are going to help me out. We're going to take it slow for sure. We're going to start our first tee, and everything's going good. We're healthy, and I'm excited. I've done the whole outdoors and the whole West Coast Cross Series, so I'm excited for the experience, and hopefully I can do good and get some stuff out of it.
Now, you didn't do Washougal, did you?
No, I ended up having to go home. My dad had to work, and it was tough. We were up there for basically 2 weeks, and so we had to bounce back to Northern California real quick.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a bummer deal, but we had to last minute call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's because I don't remember seeing your name, and I was like, well, I know he raced the first two. A lot of people come and do the whole thing, so.
Yeah, I raced the first three. I did Hangtown and all the way to Colorado.
Okay. And you're doing the 250 class?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did the 450. Okay.
Yeah, 450 this year and last year. I've never done 250.
Now, why is that?
Just because it's hard for me to afford it. You know, you got to have
Easier to build a bike.
You know, good motor and bike. 450, I kind of left stock. I just ran it.
Yeah. Everyone's nodding their heads. Wardius here has done a few nationals, and dude, you're nodding your head too. It's like a little easier to build and maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think me and my dad, we did TBJ last year and did all the rounds, and we did it all. We bought a brand new bike before, and you know, with sponsors, Same Environmental, everyone, you know, got together and got me a bike, and I think I did it all on one top end. We ran pump gas, pipes, and ignition, and you know, kept it reliable, and went to every round, and everything was good.
Dude, there's a lot to be said for that. Like a built 250F is not cheap to get together, and then they don't exactly last a long time.
No, exactly. And you know, I was riding
That's,
a lot last
finicky
year
as hell.
on my practice bike. You know, I'd ride
That's why
3
they
to 4
should
days
allow
a
the
week as
two-strokes
much
in
as I
that class.
could. And then, you know, I would fly back to California every round last year. So, you know, I was home for about 2 or 3 days. I'd ride 2 out of the, you know, probably 2 out of the 3 days, and then I'm flying back east or whatever the rounds were. So it was definitely a solid grind.
Yeah, that is a grind, but yeah, no, I like hearing you chose the 450s because I think it's tough for guys who got to do a lot of this on their own buck to go do in the 250 class, because to get a bike that's competitive, man, it's a few bucks, man.
Oh, exactly. You know, yeah. And not only that, you know, you got to have the suspension, you got to have the, you know, all the, you know, you got to have the whole package if you want to be able to run up in that top 20 area. You know, it's just what has to happen.
Yeah, no, yeah, and then that bike is not going to last you a long time. You're going to be constantly replacing stuff, trying to keep it going. I mean, even a stock 250F is kind of a ticking time bomb.
You'd have to have two
Exactly.
250Fs.
You gotta
And
have
it's like,
two.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Definitely would, one
expect
for practice.
any rider to go out on a stock 250F and be competitive in qualifying, and you know, that's a very tough deal. That's why, you know, I give Jared some credit too for doing the whole last season on a 125. I mean, he qualified for some rounds, and that, you know, that was tough, especially how deep the tracks are in the beginning of the day. It's nuts.
So speaking of 125, I have a theory that I've talked about a lot. I don't want to ask your opinion. What would you think, good or bad idea, if they incorporated a third class, a 125 class at Nationals?
I think that'd be a great idea. I think I like the deal that they have going on, and I think it'd be good just for people to get more experience. You know, riders to be able to go above and beyond and ride tracks they never thought they'd be able to ride on the pro day. I think that'd be so cool, and it would bring more fans. Obviously, you know, everyone loves to watch the 2 strokes go around, and I mean, I'm sure you can find some pretty star riders out of it too if you know,
Yeah,
if it goes
it's
on
like
for a couple of years.
You know, entry level, and I mean they're fun to watch. You kind of have to ride like a madman to go fast on one, you know. So they're fun to watch.
Exactly.
People throw them around. I think that would be a great way to people to get into national racing. To offer 125 class, you know. Not, I mean, I like the All Star, but like it's a one. What is it? A 1 4-lap moto?
Yeah, 1 4-lap moto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
think it's like you get like a 4-lap, or no, you get like a 6-lap practice, and then yeah, I think it's like a 5-lap moto. That's all you get. But
I mean, I'm glad
I mean,
they
if it's
got
on
it.
5 laps, everyone's going pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they got it, but I mean, I think there's enough time in the day. Why can't we have a third class? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
an affordable entry level class racing with the best of the best, though, still on TV.
Because the OEMs
Yep.
don't offer 125s except for KTM. They're not going to do it.
Well,
It's just
I think we should add them, but that's just
everybody
my 2
does,
cents.
but that's not who runs the show. And
Yeah,
since
that's
they
what I'm
took it from
thinking, too.
Joey, it's gone downhill.
Yeah, that's just my opinion on that. But oh well. Well, hey, dude, I will let you go, but I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, especially because it was like totally last minute. Me just hitting you up today.
No, yeah, I appreciate you calling me. I'm glad you called and reached out. It was perfect.
And I once again apologize for totally butchering your name on the check, because we had you in the
Oh, it's
system
all
as something totally different. And I'm like, it was one of those, I start writing, and I'm like, wait, that's not right. So
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I was like, wait, he's definitely not a Dave. So, but hey, we'll fix that. I appreciate you taking the time, man. But before I let you go, do you want to throw out any shout outs to sponsors or let people know how they can follow you on social media?
No, yeah, for sure. You can follow me. Well, everyone can follow me on my social media. I'm basically just full on Instagram full time. Just my first and last name, Demartile. And then of course, my main sponsors, Nemesis Performance, Jam Environmental, all my local sponsors, Liette, everybody who helps me out, my dad, my parents. It's been a great journey, and we're keeping it rolling, and I'm very excited for this year, and with everybody I got going, and it should be good. I'm stoked.
Right on, man. Well, hey, I wish you the best of luck. I think you're a rad dude, so excited to see what you're going to do at Supercross, dude.
Yep, I'm excited. Thanks for the call.
All right, for sure, man. Well, hey, you have a good one, and we'll catch up with you later.
All right, you too.
All right, take care. So, since we have 4 people here and only 3 sets of headphones, we just did the old school speakerphone on that. But cool kid, pretty fast. We lost our other fast boy. Where did Wardius go? Oh, really?
Well, he's getting prepared. Alyas don't mess around.
Oh, we might have to play with the mics then before the next one. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, we'll play with it here in a bit with his microphone, but yeah, we got to talk to Dare.
Doing stuff like this, way to kind of organically grow your fan base, and there's guys that know him, watch him at the Nationals, build social media. That's where privateers can get a little bit of their payback from, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a new gig compared to like 02. Like, if you want to make a good living as a privateer, you got to do things a little differently. And unfortunately, you kind of have to be decent at social media. And I always give shout outs to a few people who've kind of figured it out. Carson Brown is one.
Yep.
He has got a persona. He keeps that persona. Well, I mean, because it is
content.
Him, and
It's
he's
all about
always
content.
posting.
Yep.
And Stank Dog, he's got his own thing. Everyone knows him as who he is, and he's got some 80,000 followers.
Stank Dog.
Well, you've got Axel Hodges. That's what he's made a living at, and people dog
when was the
him
last
for
time
it.
he raced? When was the last time Axel Hodges has
quit.
raced?
If you watch that documentary, they quit because of the bullshit surrounding it, and there's no payback in it. And look, he has fun on a bike and makes money. How can you knock that?
Yeah, and
Rides for fun.
He rides for fun. I guarantee you he's making at least a couple bucks.
Oh, yeah.
His videos are getting out there. People like to hate on him, I think, because they just see so much of it. Like, don't hate on the kid just because Monster's always posting videos. Like, he's a good rider.
It's like Ronnie Mac.
Man.
Guarantee he's making more money now
than he was at Jimmy Albertson.
Yeah. A lot of people still hate on Ronnie Mac because he came up here for PIR. I was seeing some social media posts that there's a lot of old white guys that do not like him.
I'm a fan.
I get why some people don't like a guy who has IE ass on his bike.
Yeah.
But you know what? On the flip side,
I guess guys who don't eat ass don't like it.
You know how
Giles ran that on his quad back in the day.
I know.
Yep.
Do you know how
Both
many
fenders. Both front fenders.
Had a lot of problems back then, but
15-second rant.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I walked into my motorhome and he was in there. I was like, shitting me.
James Hansen.
Yeah. James Hansen and Ronnie Mac. I was like, all right.
Tell me no ass was being eaten.
Hopefully not before I got in there. I didn't see any.
Stage left.
Well,
okay, I don't want to.
James Hansen and Ronnie Mac were in there, so we know whose ass was getting ate.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, James.
They walked right into it. Literally.
Joe's scared already.
Yeah.
Joe's scared over there. When I say I'm going to rant, you know how few motocrossers, like pro motocrossers, have no personality whatsoever?
Yeah.
I like
Most.
spend a little bit of time in getting some sort of like personality. Like, okay, Ronnie Mac, a little over the top, sure. You know what? At least you remember stuff. He has some personality. I can't remember a Tomac interview ever.
Yeah.
And, you know what? Mad respect for him as a rider. I have no issues with Tomac whatsoever. I have a lot of respect for him. But he has to be one of the driest, most boring people on a microphone. Ricky Carmichael wasn't great, but he's still better than that. Ricky Carmichael needs to never announce another race again in his life. He's just not that personality.
Vote.
But there's some people who really got a personality. Cian Cirillo. I was actually not a big Cian Cirillo fan But every single time he gets on mic, I like
He's
him a little
great,
more.
yeah.
Straight shooter, he talks. He's just, hey, I hope people don't, bust my balls over it. I cut the track again. Like, dude, he's just saying it real, and he's talking like a human being instead of a robot. Like, I'd like to thank my tires for getting me a whole shot. Like, dude, shut up. You wouldn't know the difference between a Dunlop and Michelin. You just go out there and twist grip, and you hope they give you the absolute best tire they possibly can. Like, no, it's just like, yes, get sponsor shout outs, but don't sound like a robot.
Same thing.
And
every
so
time.
many people sound like robots.
Grant
So he needs
Langston's
to
good on the mic.
Sponsor him
I
at
think.
Thesaurus.
Dude, I almost like Grant Langston more being as a retired racer than when he was
Yeah.
a racer.
Dude, he just throws it out there and he's raw. I love it.
Real quick, I want
That's
to
what Bobby
say.
Bond said.
Yeah, I love
Put him in
it.
the hospital.
Real quick, I want to say. I actually like the outdoor commentary this year.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it.
Mhm.
They've made a few jokes. I still think some of the videos have been when they leave it dead for several minutes on the track, and now people are smart and they know to go look for that camera and they wave and stuff. Like, come on, this is tactical. I've been digging the commentary though. It's
Mhm.
been fun. Way better than Supercross. So, yeah, I think just work a little and have a personality and just
Daniel Blair does good too.
Yeah,
he's
you know what?
done
I like
decent.
Blair.
Daniel Blair's
Supercross.
cool.
I mean,
Blair's decent.
Yeah.
You got David Bailey that did it in the beginning, and Huffman and those guys. That bar is set so high. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to compete.
No
They
Art
could-
Ekman, but
Thing is, I hated Art at the time. Now I'm like, God, could they bring back Art? And
Dude,
Bailey's
same
memory is just absolutely amazing.
I thought Art Ekman was kind of annoying at the time. Now it's like, I wish we could bring
Oh,
him
God.
back.
When you had him and Bailey, I mean, you're not going to get that level because Bailey remembers everything, can break down anything somebody on the track is doing, and makes it sound okay. But Bailey is a absolute, little professor, and tell you exactly why every movement is made by a rider on the track. Granted, the reason they get rid of guys like that is the average Joe watching monster truck ride, they don't care.
Yeah.
For somebody like us that ride, really cool to hear that breakdown. And so trying to appeal to a different audience has lost a lot of the core.
Which I think you need, one of each. You need someone a hype man, color, and you need a guy who knows everything on there. If you could get, I think, what would a dream team? Honestly, bring Blair up there with Emmett, and I'd be down to try that for a few races.
What happened to him? Is he just over it or what?
I never got the full story.
Because he's just here one day, gone the next.
I heard they didn't re-sign. What I've heard is they just didn't re-sign him and brought Carmichael in.
There was days he seemed bored and he wasn't fully engaged, but I thought overall he was decent.
Yeah.
He's better than Carmichael. Always talks about himself. Like, Ricky, we don't need to bring it back to 2003, buddy. We've been there.
And you can tell who his favorite riders are. Ricky
Dungy.
Carmichael was a madman on a bike, but he's just not commentary material.
Yeah, same thing as being able to train. Be a madman on a bike and not know how to train people. So, not know how to ride and know how to train people.
Thank you. Just because you're fast doesn't mean you should be
Oh,
training.
absolutely not. Most of the time, it means you can't because you don't know how you got there.
No,
Some of the
that's
best
all.
people I've seen doing it, they don't. They're not that fast. Gary Semix had people doing it that it's kind of a franchise thing, and they knew how to articulate what needs to be done. You don't have to do it. You have to be able to articulate, and you have to be able to communicate. And like we talked about, if a pro doesn't have a personality, how the hell is he going to communicate what needs to be done? That's not knocking them. That's just not your skill set. Learn it.
Yep. I see all these pros. I'm not knocking or calling anyone out in person because some are good, but
Sure. You can't
I've
have
seen
all of it.
some that are like you don't even know what you're doing. You just twist grip. You know what I mean? And you've done it your entire life. You know the flow. You know how you can hop on a bike, but can you?
You don't know how to
translate
explain it.
You translate and explain it. Which honestly, I'm going to bring up Jason McCormick real quick. I think he's pretty decent. I did a class with him.
Jason's
Jason's awesome.
Explained some stuff, but even him, he was trying to explain to people how to go through this corner. I'm like, he's breaking it all down. He's like, let me just show you. And I let him borrow my bike. And he did nothing that he explained to people. He hit the corner fast.
Mhm.
He was sideways in my 450 with it tapped. And we all watched him, but like, you didn't do anything. You just explained. Like, even him, he knew how to hit that corner really, really fast. By the way, he's the fastest guy I've ever seen in my life in Nike Freeze.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was a Nike Freeze, shorts, and a borrowed helmet, and he threw the fattest whip. And that was pretty. Him and Ron Sun are probably the thickest boys I've ever seen go fast. fast. Ron's son passed me back in the day and threw a whip and looked over at me, and he was all 300 some pounds. Couldn't zip up his pants.
Hey,
And may he rest in peace. He was one of the coolest cats. But that was in his big days.
when the Marty Tripes look, feet on the
On his
pegs, just
Hoosaberg.
moving.
Yep.
No,
Yeah, they
it's-
can't. It
It's
doesn't mean.
articulation.
Yeah.
Having that, the ability to
Well,
break it down.
There's like a wax on, wax off to riding. Like everybody says this, this is the way you should ride. Your elbows up, your feet this way, pinching with your knees, this. But that is not how everybody rides. That does not work for everybody.
Jerry Nichols says thumbs up. I saw him at.
But there's
There's
this.
guys that can make it work.
You
without
gotta
following the rules of it.
Exactly.
So not looking at your student in particular. That's why I like doing huge class. Like training in general on a very regular basis. Sorry, I'll call it out. Is stupid. You
Mhm.
burn your kid out,
Yes.
and
I
you
agree.
don't
Mhm.
get anywhere.
Yeah.
I've handed on this before. Get them having fun on the bike. They want to be on the bike, and then a couple times a year maybe. I haven't done it since 17, and my kids are doing okay. But if they want to be on the bike, they'll absorb. And then doing an all-day class, 8-year-old's not going to absorb any more than about the
No.
first 5 minutes.
No.
And then you do the same corner over and over. They're done after.
He just wants to ride.
Yeah.
He just wants
And
to
that'll
ride.
do a lot more for that first little bit
Yep.
than
Yep.
anything. If your kid wants to ride,
And he wants to learn and get
he
better.
will excel and get better by just emulation and hanging out and just
Watching.
we've seen it. Yeah, having fun. Having fun.
Mhm.
Seen it lately with a couple kids just coming up having fun now. Oh, gee, where'd that speed come from? No training. No yelling at them. In the history of yelling at your kid to go faster, many parents, no kid has ever gone faster, okay? Doesn't work. So fun should be first in this, and then the rest of it probably
come.
will come. That's the big picture part
Mhm.
of it. Sure, there's people that have done it, and most
Yeah.
of the time you're going to burn out, Something you do with your
Burnout's real. I've been saying that for years. That, yeah, I mean, you push your kid, and once they get old enough to kind of break away a little bit, they're like, "Man, I've been doing this since '50s.
Yep.
Every
Screw
weekend.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy me a Subaru and just whatever."
Rally it around.
Well, is it easier to push, easier to get your dog to come in the house when it wants to or when it doesn't want to? Let's use it. If they want to do it, pushing them's a hell of a lot easier. And if they know going to the track and losing a race is going to get them screamed at, then they're thinking about that on the track. They're thinking about what's dad or mom or whatever going to say to me. What all this money we've put into it, it's on my shoulders, and I'm 12. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ruin that relationship over the white trash lottery of motocross. Sorry, not going to happen. But there, you got a 15-second rant out of me.
I like it.
I know we'd get it eventually, Giles.
Oh,
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
get probably more than that. So,
I know we'd get a little bit, but
just a little.
yeah, I think people forget to have fun.
It's all about the fun.
I was pretty thankful. My dad never really pushed me.
Because your dad rode.
He
we
rode
rode
it,
together.
but I never went pro, went super fast, okay.
But you're still riding and having fun, and now you have these memories with dad.
But I've now hit my 30s. I still got dirt bikes, and I still enjoy them. And
It's
I
a
get
hobby.
to ride with my dad now,
Hmm.
still. And man, that's worth it. That is
Mhm.
so worth it. He never forced me to go ride in the mud. He never hit my elbows with sticks.
Yep.
I think one time he yelled at me because I was a bit of a pansy that day, and I was But
Effort's different than
he knew I
results.
was riding like a girl, and I really want to do this whatever jump. And he's like, "You've went over it 50 times." So yeah,
Do
a
it.
couple times he was just like, "Quit being a pussy."
Yeah.
Mhm.
But overall, my dad was really chill, and I'm still riding. I know a ton of people who are stupid fast.
many.
You've never heard of again. They just
Yep.
disappeared because they got burned out, and they're like, I'm gonna start skateboarding. I'm gonna get a Subaru. I'm gonna go
Pavlovian
chase
response.
girls, or whatever. And like they go elsewhere because it stopped being fun years ago.
Mhm.
Yep. Becomes a job before it's ever a money-making job. So why create that scenario when you don't have to? And I don't think it works. If that's what you're looking to. Results on paper at 10, 11, 12 mean very, very little. You can have a great ride and come in 10th. You can have a horrible ride and win. I know. I deal with it.
How many 65 Loretta Lynn champions
Mhm.
never raced Supercross?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. Have fun on a mini bike.
Well, and if that's the thing, if the kid's gonna take it there, he's gonna go there.
Yeah.
So whether you push him while he's young, yeah, like Giles said, trying is different than hey, You're not doing it today. Your head's not there. Are you all right? Versus, hey,
I've always told my kids, if they're not feeling it, I don't care what's going on. If something's wrong and you're not feeling it, pull off.
Yeah.
And if I'm irritated about it, I'll take it out. When they're not around, then I'll go, let's go. And they'll come to me and, why weren't you doing that jump? Everybody, and I know my kids jump. Yeah, there's this and that. I felt pain. Okay, well, good thing I didn't push you to do it. I'm not out there. I know how to ride, but I wasn't out there that day to see this huge sharp edge pothole right there. Come in and scream at you because you're not doing it. But you're not out there, guy. Or maybe you've never even slung your leg over a bike. It's more common.
Yep.
And you're going to tell somebody. Some kids just don't have it. It's okay. That's okay if they're having fun. If fun's the result, your beginner's having more fun than your intermediate most of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, let's not get a second mortgage and like, stretch ourselves out when. How many people? Okay, right now, how many people, if we show up to a race at the Ridge, a race at Mountain View, a race at PIR, and a race at Washougal, we go to one round, one of their better rounds at each one. Out of all the people that we see there on the roster, how many of those people are ever going to make a living racing motocross?
No.
Joe says 0.
Yeah.
What do you think? Just opinion.
1 out of freaking 20 years.
So one,
Or-
maybe one.
1 or 2 out of 20 years.
They'll spend
Or
more
even
than they
put
make.
put it more as how many are going to make more in income than they spent getting to where they're at.
Well, that's even a further stretch because a lot of
Yeah.
those people have, their parents have spent a fortune on them. That's why I don't get, like, why aren't you having fun? You're not going to make
There
money
you
at
go.
this.
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's a hobby.
Then my kid's going to be the next big thing. I'm like, okay, I've met a couple kids who made it. I remember Justin Hill, Josh Hill, Ryan Villapoto. I knew them as 65 riders, 85 riders. I knew them. You guys don't realize how much faster they were
Oh, yeah.
and how we all would just watch, like, what the hell is even going on when they ride. Like, that is the level just to make a living. None of them are driving Lambos. Like, Justin Hill is a 250 champion. He doesn't have a Lambo. You know what I mean? It's like,
And they were faster no matter what you put them on. They weren't faster because you bought stuff that's so much better. Like
No.
my rant about mods, it's these kids. If you're an fast intermediate, you should be able to come home and wax everybody on a bone stock fight, and you should be, because that will make you work harder when you get to a national level, and you'll have that performance advantage with your nicer bike. But why put your kid on a line with kids that are have less put into them, and then you put them on everything else and they win? Okay, that kid's on a 2007 YZ85 and you're on a brand new KTM built to the hill. You better be friggin', but you better be winning by a lot. But
it doesn't matter. I remember Josh Hill at 11 or 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
He raced a super mini
put
class
them on an XR.
on his stock YZ, his stock class YZ. For fun, they threw him in as in the 125 intermediate class at Woodland.
Yep.
And he couldn't get scored because he's on a small bike. He just went out there. He won the 125 intermediate class on his stock version. He raced super mini in the super mini class. That was his regular wheel size, regular bone stock looking YZ85. Dead last start because he's on a mini bike against the 125. He
No
won.
power, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, a mod bike will help you. You don't need it. I guess that's the whole point. You don't need any of this, and you need to not, like, these people screaming at their kids and everything. Like, you're here to have fun. You ain't gonna make a living at this. You were like,
Make memories.
I
with your
get being
kids.
competitive. I'm a very competitive person myself, but like, but if you're not having fun, what on God's green earth are you doing out at the track? Motocross is fun. Like, I do it because I enjoy it. When I get burned out, I take a little break and I come back, and when I'm ready to have fun, like I went riding this weekend, I had an absolute blast. And I brought out just a hodgepodge of oddball pit bikes, vintage Elsinore, and what. I had a blast, and I'm still in a good mood from it.
Yeah. Take a boat out to the lake or go swimming or whatever it is. Those are all things. We've had people come up and, I don't want my kid hitting the ramp. They need to do motos. Like, no, even on the ramp, screwing around, you're learning bike skill. You're learning how to just love being on your bike.
Or hit a
It's also
bigger
teaching your
jump
skill. Yeah.
that's intimidating.
Yeah.
And you can't roll it.
And learn, practicing the whip teaches you how to move the bike around, and it's fun at the same time. So it kind of kills two birds with one stone. It's a break from the monotony of pounding out moto.
By the way, your ramp scared the piss out of me the first time I hit it.
His ramp's so much fun.
it
much
was fun once I figured
The first time is scary, though. I will give you that. Yeah.
how it all went down was me. I won't hit the ramp. Then I'm watching Caden do it on his 85, throwing it sideways. Like, okay, you're a little girl right now. You have to hit the ramp. And as I'm rolling up to the ramp for my first time, like, it's like most jumps.
You're
Justin. As soon as you
skeptical.
hit
Yeah.
it,
Oh, yeah.
it's fine. And once I got into the air, nope, this is literally as bad as I thought it would go. Because so I have a weird riding style. It's like let's pit biker style.
Yeah.
I ride really forward, and I have a weird like BMX scrub. You can't hit ramps over the front of the bars. And if you watch,
gotta
I
be
hit
neutral.
Yeah, I hit jumps really far forward. I hit that ramp, and this is what I do. Like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Oh, thank God I just lived.
Thank God there's a 30-foot safety deck.
Thank you for having a nice landing on that. But then, yeah, Zach told me, like, no, you gotta be neutral, man. You gotta, like, neutral. And then I hit it a second time. Okay, by the 5th, 6th, 7th time, oh, this is fun now. This is cool.
Yeah.
You just
They're
have to
neat
figure it
because
out.
People always freak out. Your kid's hitting ramps. No, actually, it's the safest. There's a dirt jump right next to him. It's way more dangerous because you got to hit
It's
it fast.
imperfections.
And they're the same every
Yeah.
single time you hit it. Now, the bike might not react the same because you aren't the same. The lip's the same.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, I will
general
agree with
rule.
that because every time you hit it, it's the exact same
Yeah.
lip, never changes. And so the more I hit it, the more it's like, oh,
This is great.
this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's days that's all I want to go out and do. But sometimes I haven't hit it in 3 or 4 months, because it's been winter. And that first time hitting it, your butt's puckered a little bit.
I puckered
I
a
have
few
a-
times.
My collarbone shows the first time I tried to set one up, screwed up, and did something stupid. They can bite you. General rule, and they teach a bike skill. Being on the bike, doing anything, jumping around, jumping logs, or doing nose wheelies, all that stuff teaches bike skill. Thinking of their bike as something fun, so when they have to do motos and ride hard, hey, at least they like being on it. My theory.
Yeah.
Keep working.
Yeah, people need to have fun. I don't get when they don't have fun. They take it so serious, especially the 50 classes. Like, get out of here. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
Nothing
50 matters. 50 racing. I'm gonna get some hate. I'm sorry, guys, but 50 racing doesn't matter. No.
Doesn't
It
matter.
does
and there
not
should
matter.
be no Cobras, no KTM high ends. The beginner class, kids on one of those, they ain't a beginner, people.
Well, this is why I brought back the Pee Wee class.
Yeah.
But did you know every track in the Northwest killed the Pee Wee class? It was gone. And I brought it back and I made it free. And now other tracks have caught on. By the way, Chris Knurk, I saw you watching. You stole my idea. But
Perfect idea to steal.
But I'm glad you
Perfect
did.
one.
I am glad he did because I don't care if people steal my ideas. It's fine.
That's the
But
future of the sport.
Well, yeah,
It's the
and if you
future, and it's
show
an
up
affordable bike.
You're in the beginner class, and there's 6 kids on built Cobras in the beginner class because Dad wants a trophy. I mean, you're going to turn around and go, "Yeah, our PW ain't going to be competitive." My kid, and you see those posts of, "Yeah, I showed up on an XR50, and my kid got that." That's demoralizing as hell. Move your kid up. Get him out of there. Get him faster on against
Yep.
people who are better competition. But no beginner class should have those.
Yeah, they're so. What is a new Cobra? What, $4,500
Oh,
or
yeah.
something crazy?
Oh yeah.
No, we need entry
and you
level.
gotta have 2 of them to keep the crap running. No offense against Cobra, they're all like that.
Yep.
But yeah, they shouldn't be in there because there should be a class that they're not allowed in, so these kids can get hooked on it. Because at that level, you do need some type of result to get you back. And that, like Alyas said, that's what feeds the sport.
That's what the future is.
Yeah, and if they're not having fun because they're getting lapped and 2 laps because the bike is so much better again, they're going to turn around and go, "Well, we're going to go play soccer now.
Yeah.
We're going to go play football. We're gonna play
Exactly. Which
Where it
mad
doesn't
shout
matter.
out to the Hewitts for letting us keep doing this. We have a free Pee Wee class.
Yep.
We get like 15, 20 riders out there.
That's really good for a
Yeah.
Pee Wee class.
And
baseball. Awesome.
who was at the last race though? There was a kid out there on a little, was it Stasic? Stasic,
Oh,
the
yeah,
little electric.
bike.
Yeah. Dwarfed by everyone else, but he had that sucker pinned. Definitely not dead last. He was like close to mid pack. Whole time, you just that sucker pinned. I think he was like 3. But they were having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone was, and all the parents. Honestly,
Mhm.
the Pee Wee parents are normally awesome. Like
Yeah.
they're cheering on other kids. They're all rooting them on. When they fall, they all like. There's 5 parents there to pick them back up. They've all been super cool, and I want more of that. Why don't we
Yeah.
have more of that?
That's-
That's cool.
Beginners have more fun than intermediates and pros because it's not a job. When you're just learning, everything's new, it's fresh. You
When
don't
I-
have
yep.
Fun, yeah.
jaded stuff coming in. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
When I put on events with like huge beginner class turnouts and stuff, I have riders coming up that want to take selfies with me with their trophy. They come shake their hand, especially when we get off-road guys who kind of transition to moto and do their first moto race. This happens a lot at Riverdale. We got We get a lot of off-road dudes who come just kind of dip the toes in the water. You know,
Yeah.
they come over and they're just like shaking their hands, hanging out. They'll bring me donuts and taking pictures and stuff. And when I put on big pro events, I'm
Yeah,
lucky
people
to get a
bitching about the
handshake.
track.
Yeah.
I normally get the most amount of complaints, and I'm lucky to get a handshake.
Entitlement personality.
Yep.
There's a few guys who are cool. I will say Robbie Wageman brought me jerky last year. Kudos to Robbie. He brought me, like, apparently they have a jerky company. And they brought me like 3 different packs of jerky. And I'm like, okay, you're my buddy now.
Yeah.
If you guys want to get on the announcer's good side, bring them jerky.
Yeah.
Announcer
Really
slash
hot jerky.
promoter.
Huh?
No, I mean that's
No, no.
that's
Not the jerky we're eating later.
that's a repeatable experiment. You can see time and time again. You see some kid gets on a bike for the first time, they're having a blast.
Yeah.
That's what it should be, more
Well,
times than not.
Yeah. I had the hardest time when I went from racing full time
We talked about this.
to, yeah, we've talked about it multiple times, to having fun with it.
Yep.
That was so hard for me to accept getting,
That uber
second,
competitive
third, fourth,
personality.
where you go and you're like, I just want to win. I just want to win. I just want to win. All I want to do. And you grow up like that, and your mind just grows into that. Well, then you get a job and real life sets in. Well, then you go race and you get second. That's a great night because you haven't rode in 3 months.
But nobody else sees
Not
that
in your
head,
mind,
It's not. Remember
it's
that
not
at
a great
PIR
night,
when
yes.
you had that race against Tommy, and you're, front, and you came off the track, and you're like, I cannot work. Get up at 5, go work a full-time job, come here and ride like I want to, and you quit for a long time.
Yeah.
And we got you back going again. Now we're having fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like I went out to PIR, like I think I went to the second one through like the 4th or 5th one.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I won the first one I went to, and then I got second like the next 3 times.
And that's another
I
reason
had a
why
great time.
sometimes those intermediates are faster than the local pros, because the local pros are stuck in that class now.
Yep.
They have full-time jobs. So you can't train like you got some kid that's 16, 17, daddy's paying for everything.
And he
you
got
do
all
is ride.
summer off. Yeah.
And all you have to do is worry about, you don't have to worry about going to work in the morning because, daddy's paying for it all. And my kids are as guilty of it as anybody. They're going to be faster than local pros,
Because they can
That's
ride
just how
all
it-
the time. They can
yeah.
do their thing.
They
don't have to go to
worry
work.
about all that. They don't have a life to support. So it's bragging that you beat pro, it's cool and all, but there's another level that you're not seeing.
It's one
at that
thing
age.
if you beat a national caliber
Yeah.
pro, but 99% of the local pros
All that
are
full-time
going to
jobs.
work at 5 or 6
Yep.
a.m. and they're getting off and barely have enough time to get to the race. And chances are they're
by
getting
and-
off their job early to get.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have to pay for that bike, so breaking it, or if they get hurt, they're not going to make it to work in the morning. It's all going through your head, whether you think it is
Oh
or
yeah,
not.
and then
It is.
boss says, "Hey, you got to work on Saturday."
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'm not going riding on Sunday
Yep.
because that's the last thing I want to do after I work. 6:10s or 6:12s.
And even if you do go riding, you're not going to go out there and push and train
No.
because, you got to rebuild the bike, or you got to do this, or you got to not get hurt,
Yep.
or you just don't have it,
Yep.
because you'd rather go out and just have some fun. It
Oh yeah.
all
If
adds
I
in, and people don't see it. They're like, damn, that kid's beating all the local pros. Well, yeah, but you don't understand the other part of it.
if I go and work 6 days a week, and Giles calls me and says, "Hey, I'm taking my boat out. I got my jet ski on the trailer and I'm going to the lake. I'm not going to his house and riding. Sorry, I love your track. I'm not going to Riverdale and riding. If Giles calls me and says, "Hey, we're going out on the boat," I am on the boat on Sunday. I am not riding.
I remember those days you were training for Washougal, and we're leaving. You and Landon are pulling up. I had to scrape like 1.5 feet of dust off the track. We're heading to the lake. You're heading to my track. I'm like, you're nuts, dude.
Just
That is
dustier than
no
all hell.
fun at all.
No.
100 degrees. I'm like, clear blue water. Sit there, have a cold one.
Yeah.
Have fun, Elias.
Yeah.
We'll see you when we get back.
Yep.
See you have a bigger smile.
Yeah, exactly. Burning 30-minute, 30-minute motos a day in the dust.
Clapped out, beat up tracks. Can't
Yeah.
prep in that stuff.
No.
And that's what you got to do. And you're not going to do it if you're full time and got all that mentality.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
So
I
I can
haven't
use-
rode.
But now you're having fun.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
But I'm gonna ride when I want to ride.
Yep.
But when it's warm out and Giles calls me and says, "Hey, I'm taking my boat to the lake," I got my jet ski on the trailer and I'm meeting him there. I'm not going riding.
I can use that as my excuse then why Zach Squatch beats me.
Probably. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm admitting my kids can do that sometimes because they have that right now. They have the mini local factory ride where they get a lot of their stuff taken care of. Now they do some of their bike work. I try to get them, but I'm way too type A. Too much. how I am. Because if something breaks, I feel it's my part of the whole game. But yeah, I mean, they can go out there and do it, and I tell them that. Like, yeah, okay, great, you beat him, but think about this for a minute. And Zach's getting older; he sees it now.
Put it in perspective
Always, yeah,
for him.
I
Yeah.
always do. And two, being fast and big friggin' deal. So you're fast on the dirt bike. Oh, that's great. It doesn't make you anything special than the dude.
Doesn't make
walking
you
down the
hardly any
street.
money.
Yeah.
That's why I like
You know?
seeing some of these guys. Like, we all know some pros who got a little bit of an attitude, but there's some dudes who are still fast who just hang out like normal guys. They talk to the kids. I don't like the pro who goes and hides in his motorhome until the next moto.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I get it, but
I'm not gonna
also,
lie,
like,
I'm guilty of that. Not the motorhome, but I'll go sit at the truck and I won't come away from the truck.
so it's like two things. I get it. I get like kind of just unwinding, chilling stuff, but like dude, respect to the guys who walk around, high five people, and even throw down a few autographs here and there. I know that's not easy
Yep.
when
Just
you're in
share
race
the
mode,
stoke with the little
but
kids.
yeah,
They're
I
getting
like
into
seeing it when you
They
do.
don't
You know,
Some kid that's 6 years old on a 50, he doesn't know that you're not. Oh, you're the fast guy out there, throwing a whip. That's the coolest thing in the friggin' world when you say hi to him and treat him, give him a line choice, whatever. And that with the kids, and they were younger, and they just think that's
Yeah,
the
I like
greatest thing in
just
the world.
a little bit of that, man, goes a long ways. I love seeing that. I know we've all been guilty of that at some point, and especially if you're tired.
5,000.
You just threw down a moto, like, hey, I'm just gonna chill over here. I get it, but just I just want to throw out respect for the guys I do see. I've seen a few. Dude, I saw Stank Dog one time, just like sweating after a moto, and a kid came up, and he put on a smile for a second and kind of sharpie. And I was like, all right, cool,
Yeah.
yeah, respect, man, because I know in his head, I was like, I just want a Gatorade and just chill for a minute. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
a little
Like,
something else.
well,
Not
yeah,
hear a
but-
word.
Yeah, but also you gotta give them a little. I mean, I was talking to
well,
customers.
that's
There's a
why I
balance.
see both
Yeah, there's a
sides.
balance.
I
Yeah.
get both sides, man.
I was outside, but I was talking to a customer today. She was at a high school football game with Aldridge, not the motocrosser, but the basketball player.
LaMarcus.
and- yeah, and she said that he had to leave the game because
Yeah.
people would not leave him
Yeah.
alone.
Yes, and that, yep.
You got to treat them like normal people.
Yeah, I've
And
never
just
been a
chill
fanboy.
out.
I don't care about
Which
autographs.
the
Yeah,
top
neither of my
guys,
kids.
respect to any of the top guys who have to go through that. Can you imagine how many people got to run up on them?
Oh yeah. You don't have
Like-
personal space, but that's also what you buy in. You should
Right.
be prepared
Yeah.
for
When you
that.
get paid a
Yeah,
lot,
It's part of
yeah.
the job.
I get both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a balance there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely a balance. You're not. That's why when some that guy was an asshole to my kids. Listen, there's timing, guy. He may not be an asshole. He just then
You ran
Hit
up
him at the
to
right
him
time.
after a bad race.
Yeah.
He's tired. He's over it.
your
You
kid
know-
started screaming for some goggles.
In his
Yeah,
mind, he's
exactly.
trying to figure out
Jesus
why he
Christ.
lost the lead with 3 minutes to go, and
And
you're
somebody
running
just
up
told
on
them
an
they were
autograph.
fat.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, I was
Exactly.
checking the time. We're gonna have to get out of here. We just hit an hour, but the after show is gonna be coming up in just a few minutes, and
Not gonna want to miss it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
Or maybe you will.
You might
Who
want to
knows?
miss it, or you might not want to miss it.
Yeah.
We
The
have a few
temperature's up in here,
surprises.
so things are gonna get sweaty.
Yeah, put the
Oh,
children
no.
to bed
I'm
Put
already
the
sweating.
children to bed before the after
because
show.
we
I
don't
feel
want to
like
hear.
I need to give out a few T-shirts for this one too. So it's episode 100. We have made it to 3 digits.
It's pretty good.
What started off as just a couple dudes throwing up a phone propped against a coffee cup and just like
Yeah.
recording, and we have now made it to episode 100. We have an intern Joe.
So
Hey, you
they're
got
in the junior
employees
class now. The beginner class is over. Now we're junior. Can we make it to the next level?
Yes, we are still playing with our multiple camera setup. We have a computer that at least now streams without dying every few minutes. We're making progress. So to everyone who still watches, appreciate it, guys. Love you. Yeah, after show. Let's let her rip.
Get after
Literally.
Oh.
Thanks. Thanks, guys, for
Instant
listening
drop.
or watching. This has been episode
Let her
100 for
rip.
Moto Monday. We are going to keep this baby rolling. And thank you to Alyas for coming on, Giles and Dare for letting us call him. Nice kid.
There's a really nice kid. Yeah.
Cool kid.
I've grown up racing against
I
him.
need
He's
to
a
ask
really
him
nice
next time
kid.
where he got his name from. You have a name like that? I always like to hear.
Why didn't I ask him that?
I was going to, but I didn't. As somebody with a screwed up name, it's always interesting to hear.
Dare.
where
Yeah,
the
that is a
deriv-
unique first
derivative
name.
it is. That derived.
I should have asked. Well, maybe get him on another time.
Yeah.
But I am curious. he had some nice steezy whips too at the best whip contest. I didn't bring up. I totally forgot this last week. I put up $50 for the best fender slap. Dude, first off, Stank Dog, sick nasty fender slaps. My cousin Mason almost won because he hit his fender I think 7 times. He did like a boner air and just started slapping it back and forth. But was it Eck?
Colton Ake.
He did front and back.
That's pretty good.
So I was like, oh, I got to give it to him. And it was a smooth just slap and then lean over the front and then and it was just like fluid. And I had to give it to him. That.
Pretty good.
But seeing people actually try to throw down for a fender slap contest.
Who was the guy that crashed? Threw a huge whip and crashed. That was gnarly.
Dude,
Seen video of that.
Seeing it in person. Yeah, that was Braden Spangle. Seeing that in person, everyone was like, oh my gosh.
Didn't dump it that hard for how gnarly that whip was.
If you slow-mo, and there's a few good angles a few different people got, he went past backward. Like he just
It was
a-
filthy.
No offense, but if it had been a better whip jump with better hang time or a ramp, what we should have out there, he probably would have been okay. But the
Giles
was
gonna
so
tote
flat.
his ramp out there next year.
it wasn't the best jump in the world. Like it was a booter, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the best one for whipping. There
That
wasn't a
was
huge runway either. So
Filthy
Yeah.
for that jump.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was. That's just it. It was.
That
he
was
reached that
gnarly.
thing like he was hitting.
And he
something
was
that had
this
some
close to landing it.
he
Yeah.
almost had it, dude.
Shit. I'd have called that. That was greasy enough. I think you get a pass.
Hey, this is why I'm not a judge. I don't want blamed. I'm not a judge. Tenant though, Mr. Steals Your Girl.
Yeah.
He had the smooth ones. He never looked like he was even having trouble. I was making jokes. Like he said he wasn't going to do it. He's like everyone was trying to tell him, dude, do best whip. Like I don't want to get hurt before the main. I don't want come on, I'm not going to win. He won. It was just everything was smooth. You know what I mean? Everything
Yeah.
was just smooth and it was
Just
like old
buttery
school
on it,
McGrath whip. Just like him and Brooks both had the old school whips. Where just a nice
Yeah.
clean arc.
Trevor's got some good whips.
Trevor has smooth,
Yeah.
nice looking whip. Spangles or new school, just nasty, just throw it over the front end,
McNeil
upside
type thing
down.
where it's
Yeah,
just
like a
cranked and
McNeil.
Forced, but some of the old school ones are cool to watch too.
Yeah, they had the Brooks and Tennant had the old school, nice clean whips, like Ezra Lusk, Jeremy McGrath style. Spangle though was just
Straight
cranking,
gnarly.
Well, and
just
that's why,
cranking it.
Yeah, the smoother ones are going to fit a jump like that. That's longer and has that flatter landing. If you want the really gnarly one, got to have that dead spot on top. It's
Yeah, where
not
you
that
start,
big. I mean, about
start pulling
75
it back.
feet, 80 feet. That's about perfect. Good. So you just second gear on a 450 and just bounce it. And then if they do wreck it, they just off.
Yeah.
See,
Hey, respect for Spangle for trying that though. It
That
was
was
nasty.
dirty.
it
Yeah.
was really cool to see.
So, anyways, we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Thanks again for watching or listening. The after show is coming right.